Captain Varen of the Raylock Scrappers leaned forward in his command chair, eyes fixed on the main view screen. The scrap belt was a treacherous expanse of twisted metal and drifting debris, remnants of ancient starship battles. The Raylocks, a rugged scavenger ship, navigated through this chaotic field with practiced ease. Varen's crew, a motley assembly of various alien species, were seasoned scrappers, their livelihoods dependent on finding valuable salvage. "Captain, I'm picking up something on the long-range scanner," reported Seln, the ship's chief engineer, her multifaceted eyes reflecting the dim light of the control room. Varen shifted his gaze to the console. The readings were unusual, a massive structure, significantly larger than any typical wreckage they had encountered before. Intrigued, he ordered the Raylocks to alter its course towards the anomaly. As they approached, the true scale of the object became apparent. It was a colossal ship, its silhouette imposing against the backdrop of distant stars. This is incredible," Seln muttered, her usually calm demeanor replaced with awe. The Supercarrier was ancient, its surface coated with centuries of space dust and micrometeor impacts. Despite its age, the hull appeared remarkably intact, a testament to its advanced construction. Varen's mind raced with possibilities. If they could salvage even a fraction of the technology this ship held, it would be a fortune beyond imagination. "Prepare the boarding teams," Varen ordered, his voice steady but tinged with excitement. "We're going in." The airlock doors hissed open, and Varen, along with his first mate Krex and a team of scrappers, stepped into the Supercarrier's cavernous interior. The silence was palpable, broken only by the faint hum of the Raylocks' engines and the soft clanking of their boots on the metal floor. The corridors were vast, illuminated by dim, flickering lights that cast eerie shadows. "Stay sharp," Varen cautioned as they moved deeper into the ship. "We don't know what's in here." They passed through what seemed like endless hallways, their path lined with dormant consoles and sealed bulkhead doors. Varen marveled at the craftsmanship. This was unlike any ship he had seen. The technology was far beyond that of any current civilizations, indicating a level of sophistication lost to the ages. As they ventured further, they reached what appeared to be the bridge. The room was enormous, with a central command chair and an array of consoles and view screens. Varen approached a console and tentatively pressed a few buttons. To his surprise, the ship responded. Lights flickered to life, and a soft, melodic chime echoed through the chamber. "Welcome aboard, Captain," a voice said, startling the crew. It was the ship's AI speaking in an unfamiliar but somehow understandable language. The AI continued, "This vessel is the UNS Arcadia, designed and constructed during the height of human civilization. All systems are currently offline, but basic functions have been restored." Varen exchanged glances with Krex. The implications were staggering. This ship was a relic from a forgotten era, a piece of history that had drifted through the cosmos for millennia. As they explored further, they discovered the ship's armory, brimming with weapons of unparalleled design, and a control room that hinted at capabilities far beyond their comprehension. "Captain, you need to see this," Seln's voice crackled over the comm. Varen and Krex hurried to her location, where she was examining a massive power core. "This is unlike anything I've ever seen. If we can get this running, we might be able to bring the entire ship online." Varen nodded, his mind racing with the possibilities. "Let's get to work. This find is bigger than any of us could have imagined." Deep within the bowels of the Arcadia, machinery began to hum with renewed energy. Self-repair drones, hidden in maintenance bays, activated and scuttled out to begin their work. These small, spider-like robots moved with precision and efficiency, sealing breaches, replacing damaged circuits, and cleaning away centuries of dust and debris. The ship's central AI, known as Athena, monitored these activities, assessing the condition of the Arcadia. Athena's core directive was to preserve the ship and ensure its readiness for humanity's return. Detecting the presence of life forms on board, the AI initiated a diagnostic sequence to evaluate the potential threats and allies within its hull. In the central command hub, Varen and his crew watched in awe as the ship's systems continued to come online. The dim lights brightened, and holographic displays flickered into existence, projecting data and schematics throughout the room. Athena's voice, calm and authoritative, guided them through the ship's functionalities. Attention, self-repair systems are operational. Estimated time for full restoration, 48 hours, Athena announced. Primary power core at 20% capacity. Initiating auxiliary power units. The ship's sudden activity did not go unnoticed. Far beyond the scrap belt, in the heart of a thriving human colony, the Arcadia's distress beacon was received. The beacon, a powerful signal designed to cut through the noise of space, broadcast a message in ancient human code: human vessel in distress, coordinates, Sector 87X, scrap belt. "Are we sure this is legitimate?" Cole asked, his tone skeptical. His chief communications officer, Lieutenant Harper, nodded. "Yes, sir. The signal is using an old Earth Alliance encryption. It matches the codes from the early space colonization era. This isn't a prank or a trap, it's genuine." Cole rubbed his chin thoughtfully. The implications of this were staggering. An ancient human ship, possibly a relic from humanity's golden age, adrift in a hostile region. Despite his reservations, curiosity and duty compelled him to act. "Set a course for the coordinates," Cole ordered. "Prepare the fleet for immediate departure. I want all available intelligence on this sector." The Vanguard and its accompanying fleet surged into action. Within hours, they were on their way, slicing through the vastness of space at faster-than-light speeds. As they neared the designated sector, Cole convened a briefing with his senior officers. "We're heading into the scrap belt," Cole began, pointing to a holographic map. "This region is littered with the remnants of old battles. It's highly unstable and dangerous. Our primary objective is to secure and investigate the source of the distress signal. Secondary objectives include assessing any potential threats and securing valuable technology." As the fleet approached the coordinates, sensors picked up the massive silhouette of the UNS Arcadia. The size of the ship was awe-inspiring, dwarfing even the largest vessels in Cole's fleet. The ship was ancient, yet it radiated a sense of formidable power. "Captain, we're detecting multiple life forms on board," Harper reported. "Most of them match known alien species profiles. There are no immediate signs of hostility, but the ship is coming back online." Cole's eyes narrowed. The presence of aliens complicated matters, but his primary concern was the Arcadia. He ordered the fleet to maintain a cautious distance while he prepared a boarding team. This mission required a delicate balance of diplomacy and readiness for conflict. Cole's shuttle approached the Arcadia's docking bay, and as they boarded, he was struck by the sheer scale and sophistication of the vessel. The corridors, though aged, were a testament to the advanced engineering of humanity's past. The human team moved carefully through the ship, eventually meeting Varen and his crew. Tensions were high, but both sides were intrigued by the possibilities that lay before them. Varen, realizing the humans were not immediate threats, extended a cautious greeting. "I am Captain Varen of the Raylock Scrappers. We mean no harm. We found this ship, and were exploring it when it came to life," Varen explained. Admiral Cole nodded, assessing the situation. "I am Admiral Cole of the ISS Vanguard. This ship is of great importance to us. We need to understand its capabilities and ensure it's not a danger to anyone." Meanwhile, outside the Arcadia, Admiral Cole's fleet was rapidly closing in. The ISS Vanguard led the formation, its sleek hull gleaming against the backdrop of the stars. As the fleet approached, they activated long-range scanners to analyze the Supercarrier in greater detail. "Admiral, we're detecting a significant energy buildup within the Arcadia," Lieutenant Harper reported. "It looks like the ship's systems are coming online." Cole nodded, eyes narrowing. "Prepare for potential engagement. I want all defensive systems on high alert. Open a channel to the Arcadia." A moment later, Varen's command console lit up with an incoming transmission. Varen hesitated before accepting the call. The holographic image of Admiral Cole appeared before him. "This is Admiral Cole of the ISS Vanguard. Identify yourself and your intentions," Cole demanded, his tone authoritative. Varen straightened, his demeanor calm but cautious. "I am Captain Varen of the Raylock Scrappers. We are explorers and salvagers. We found this ship adrift and were investigating when it activated. We mean no harm." Cole studied Varen's face, looking for any signs of deception. Finding none, he responded, "Captain Varen, this vessel is of great importance to humanity. We propose a joint investigation to understand its capabilities and ensure it poses no threat." Varen considered the offer. The presence of a fully armed human fleet left him little choice. Reluctantly, he agreed. "Very well, Admiral, we will cooperate." Cole's shuttle docked with the Arcadia, and a boarding party, including top engineers and scientists, disembarked. Varen met them at the airlock, flanked by his own crew. The two groups eyed each other warily, but the sense of mutual respect was evident. "This way," Varen said, leading Cole and his team through the labyrinthine corridors to the ship's control center. As they walked, Cole's engineers marveled at the technology around them, their eyes wide with amazement. When they reached the control center, Athena's holographic form greeted them. "Welcome, Admiral Cole. Systems are currently at 30% functionality. Full operational capacity can be restored with further repairs." Cole stepped forward, addressing Athena. "We need to understand the full extent of this ship's capabilities. Can you provide a comprehensive report?" "Of course, Admiral," Athena replied. "The UNS Arcadia is equipped with advanced weaponry, including particle cannons, graviton beams, and a cloaking device. It also houses a self-sustaining biosphere and advanced medical facilities." Cole and his team exchanged impressed glances. This ship was a marvel, far beyond anything currently in existence. The potential it held was immense, not just for military applications but for scientific and medical advancements as well. One evening, as the crews worked to restore the Arcadia's main reactor, an unexpected alarm blared through the ship. Varen's communicator crackled to life with an urgent message from Seln. "Captain, we have a situation in the engineering bay. Keln and a group of his followers are attempting to override the ship's controls." Varen's heart sank. Keln had always been ambitious, but this outright mutiny was unexpected. He turned to Cole, who had overheard the transmission. Without a word, they sprinted towards the engineering bay, flanked by their respective security teams. When they arrived, they found Keln and his followers barricaded behind a makeshift fortification. Keln's eyes were wild with desperation and greed. "This ship belongs to us. We found it first. We won't let the humans take it from us." Varen stepped forward, hands raised in a gesture of peace. "Keln, this is madness. The Arcadia is too powerful for any one group to control. We need to work together." Keln sneered. "You're a fool, Varen. With this ship, we could rule the galaxy." Before Varen could respond, a shot rang out. One of Keln's men fired at the human contingent, sparking a fierce firefight. Varen and Cole dove for cover, exchanging grim looks. The situation had escalated beyond their control. "Return fire, but try to disable rather than kill," Cole ordered his troops. "We need to end this quickly." The ensuing battle was chaotic, with laser blasts ricocheting off the walls and consoles sparking from the impacts. Varen's loyalists fought bravely alongside Cole's soldiers, gradually gaining the upper hand. Despite their efforts to avoid fatalities, the intensity of the conflict left several scrappers and humans wounded. Amidst the turmoil, Athena activated the Arcadia's internal security measures. Drones emerged from hidden compartments, emitting non-lethal energy pulses that incapacitated Keln's mutineers. Within minutes, the rebellion was quelled, and Keln lay unconscious on the floor, his plans in ruins. Breathing heavily, Varen surveyed the aftermath. "That could have been much worse." Cole nodded, his expression grim. "We need to ensure something like this never happens again. This ship is too valuable to be lost to internal conflict." The firefight's aftermath left the Arcadia's control center a scene of disarray, but it also solidified the necessity for cooperation. Varen and Admiral Cole stood over the subdued mutineers, their expressions a mix of relief and determination. "We need a unified command structure to prevent further incidents," Cole suggested, his tone firm. "We can't afford another betrayal like this." Varen nodded. "Agreed. We'll form a joint council with representatives from both our groups. Decisions will be made collectively." The two leaders quickly set about organizing the council. From the scrappers, Varen chose his most trusted lieutenants, Seln and Krex. Cole selected Lieutenant Harper and his chief engineer, Commander Reynolds. The council met in the Arcadia's main briefing room, its walls adorned with ancient maps and star charts. "Our first priority is to complete the repairs and bring the Arcadia fully online," Varen began. "Seln, how are we looking on the power core?" Seln, her eyes still reflecting the recent conflict, glanced at her datapad. "We've made significant progress. The core is now at 50% capacity. With another 48 hours, we should be able to stabilize it fully." Commander Reynolds chimed in. "We also need to secure the ship's defenses. The internal security drones are a good start, but we need to ensure the external weapon systems are operational." As the Council discussed their plans, the sense of a shared mission began to take root. Despite their differences, both humans and scrappers recognized the Arcadia's potential and the need to protect it from external threats. Over the next few days, crews worked tirelessly, guided by Athena's precise instructions. The ship's power core was stabilized, restoring full functionality to the Arcadia's systems. Engineers activated the ship's advanced weaponry, including particle cannons and missile batteries, while Varen's team secured and cataloged the vast armory. During one of the repair shifts, Varen approached Cole. "Admiral, we've found something interesting in one of the storage bays. It looks like a prototype cloaking device." Cole's eyes widened. "If we can get that operational, it would give us a significant strategic advantage. Let's focus some of our resources on that project." Despite the progress, not everyone was content with the alliance. Keln, who had been confined to a makeshift brig, continued to plot. His ambition and resentment simmered, and he began to sow discord among the less loyal scrappers. Late one night, as the Arcadia's crew settled into a semblance of routine, Keln made his move. Using a hidden communicator, he contacted a band of mercenaries known as the Black Talons, promising them a share of the Arcadia's technology in exchange for their assistance. The Black Talons, ruthless and efficient, infiltrated the Arcadia under cover of a supply shuttle. Their leader, a cunning strategist named Zarek, met with Keln in the bowels of the ship. "Keln, you'd better be right about this," Zarek warned. "If we're caught, it's your head on the line." Keln smirked. "Trust me, Zarek, this ship is a goldmine. With its technology, we can dominate the sector." The mercenaries swiftly moved to disable the ship's security systems, but Athena detected the intrusion. Alarms blared throughout the Arcadia, and Varen and Cole, roused from sleep, rushed to the command center. "We've got multiple intruders," Athena reported. "They are attempting to override the main security protocols." Cole's face hardened. "We can't let them take control. Seal off the sections they're in and mobilize all available personnel." A fierce battle erupted within the Arcadia's corridors. The Black Talons, armed with cutting-edge weaponry, clashed with the combined forces of humans and scrappers. Varen and Cole fought side by side, leading their teams with determination and skill. In the midst of the chaos, Keln tried to make his way to the bridge, aiming to take control of the ship. Seln intercepted him, her eyes blazing with fury. "Keln, you traitor!" she shouted, raising her weapon. Keln sneered, drawing his own blaster. "You're too late, Seln. This ship is mine." They exchanged fire, the blasts echoing through the corridor. Seln's shot found its mark, and Keln collapsed, his dreams of power extinguished. Meanwhile, Zarek and his remaining mercenaries were cornered in the engineering bay. Outnumbered and outgunned, they fought desperately, but were eventually overwhelmed. Zarek, seeing the futility, surrendered. The battle's end left the Arcadia scarred but intact. The threat had been neutralized, but at a high cost. Varen and Cole, exhausted but resolute, knew they had to reinforce their alliance. The Arcadia's true power had yet to be fully realized, and they would need to be united to face the challenges ahead. The Arcadia's corridors, though lit with the glow of restored power, bore silent witness to the recent violence. Varen and Admiral Cole convened the Joint Council to address the aftermath of Keln's betrayal. The mood was somber but resolute. They could not afford another lapse in security. "We need stricter security protocols," Cole began, his voice firm. "We can't let another infiltration happen." Varen nodded in agreement. "And we must ensure the loyalty of our crew. Any sign of dissent needs to be addressed immediately." The Council implemented new measures, including regular security drills and biometric access controls for critical areas of the ship. Seln and Commander Reynolds oversaw the installation of enhanced surveillance systems, ensuring that Athena could monitor every corner of the Arcadia. Despite these precautions, the crew's morale was fragile. The scrappers, already wary of their human counterparts, were further unsettled by the recent betrayal. Tensions simmered, with mistrust festering in whispered conversations and sideways glances. One night, while Varen was making his rounds, he found Krex in the mess hall, staring into his cup of synth coffee. "We need to bring the crew together, Krex," Varen said, sitting beside his first mate. "This divide will be our undoing." Krex nodded slowly. "You're right, Captain. But how do we bridge this gap?" An idea began to form in Varen's mind. "We need a common goal, something that shows everyone, human and scrapper alike, that we're on the same side." The opportunity came sooner than expected. Athena detected an anomaly within the Arcadia's databanks, a series of encrypted files labeled Project Phoenix. The files hinted at advanced technology and schematics for enhancements that could make the Arcadia even more formidable. Varen and Cole presented this discovery to the Joint Council. "This could be the key to unifying our crew," Varen proposed. "If we work together to unlock these secrets, it will prove that we're stronger as a team." The Council agreed, and a new mission was launched. Teams composed of both humans and scrappers worked side by side, deciphering the encryption and piecing together the remnants of Project Phoenix. As they collaborated, barriers began to break down. Shared excitement over new discoveries fostered camaraderie, and slowly mutual respect grew. On board the Arcadia, Varen and Cole's newfound unity was put to the test. The ship's long-range sensors detected the Zorathian fleet entering the sector. Alarms blared, and the crew scrambled to battle stations. "Zorathians," Cole muttered, studying the tactical display. "This isn't a scouting party. They've brought their full might." Varen's eyes narrowed. "They know what this ship can do. They want it for themselves." The Joint Council convened quickly, assessing their options. "We need to use the Arcadia's full capabilities," Reynolds said. "The cloaking device, the advanced weaponry, we need everything." Seln nodded. "And we have to be smart about it. The Zorathians won't hold back." As the Zorathian fleet approached, the Arcadia's crew executed a coordinated defense strategy. Utilizing the ship's cloaking device, they evaded the initial assault, positioning themselves for a surprise counterattack. Varen and Cole commanded from the bridge, their orders relayed seamlessly through the ship. The battle began with a burst of laser fire and missile barrages. The Arcadia's particle cannons and graviton beams unleashed devastating volleys, cutting through the Zorathian ship's shields and hulls. Despite their technological prowess, the Zorathians found themselves outmaneuvered by the ancient Supercarrier. "Incoming fighters," Harper called out. "They're targeting our engines," Varen responded swiftly. "Deploy defensive drones and focus fire on those fighters." The Arcadia's drones, small but heavily armed, swarmed out to intercept the Zorathian fighters. Explosions lit up the darkness of space as the drones engaged in dogfights, protecting the Arcadia's vulnerable points. Meanwhile, Athena provided critical support, coordinating the ship's defense systems and anticipating the Zorathians' tactics. "Enemy flagship approaching," Athena reported. "They're preparing a boarding party." Cole's jaw tightened. "We can't let them get a foothold inside. Prepare to repel boarders." As the Zorathian flagship closed in, it launched boarding pods towards the Arcadia. The ship shuddered as the pods attached themselves to the hull, cutting through the metal to deploy squads of Zorathian soldiers. Varen and his team rushed to intercept them, engaging in fierce hand-to-hand combat in the narrow corridors. Blaster fire echoed through the ship as humans and scrappers fought side by side against the Zorathian invaders. Varen's blade clashed with a Zorathian officer's energy spear, sparks flying with each strike. Nearby, Krex and Reynolds provided covering fire, their shots precise and deadly. Despite the intense fighting, the crew managed to repel the boarders, securing the Arcadia's interior. On the bridge, Cole coordinated a decisive strike against the Zorathian flagship. "Focus all available firepower on their command center," he ordered. The Arcadia's weapon systems locked onto the target, unleashing a concentrated barrage that overwhelmed the flagship's defenses. The Zorathian vessel erupted in a massive explosion, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. With their flagship destroyed and their forces in disarray, the remaining Zorathian ships began to retreat. The Arcadia's crew cheered as the enemy fled, their victory hard-earned but complete. The victory over the Zorathians had forged a stronger bond among the Arcadia's crew. Yet the battle also underscored the need for enhanced defenses and a unified command structure. Varen and Cole convened a meeting of the Joint Council to discuss the next steps. "We've proven we can work together," Cole began, his voice steady. "Now we need to ensure we're ready for any future threats. The Zorathians won't be the last to come after this ship." Varen nodded. "Agreed. We need to make the Arcadia as formidable as possible. That means upgrading our defenses and ensuring our crew can operate as a single, cohesive unit." Commander Reynolds and Seln were tasked with leading the upgrade efforts. They began by enhancing the ship's weapon systems, integrating the latest technologies with the Arcadia's ancient but powerful arsenal. Particle cannons were calibrated for higher precision, and the graviton beams were fine-tuned for maximum impact. "We're also working on an advanced shield generator," Seln explained during a briefing. "This will provide an additional layer of protection, capable of withstanding even the heaviest bombardments." Training drills became a daily routine. Varen and Cole oversaw joint exercises that simulated various combat scenarios, ensuring that both humans and scrappers could respond quickly and effectively to any threat. These drills not only improved their combat readiness, but also fostered a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect. In one such drill, Varen and Cole led their teams in a simulated boarding action. The scenario involved repelling an enemy force attempting to breach the Arcadia's defenses. "Remember, communication and coordination are key," Cole emphasized. "Work together, cover each other's backs, and don't hesitate." The drills were intense, but the crew's performance improved with each iteration. They learned to move as one, anticipating each other's actions, and reacting swiftly to changing situations. By the end of the training period, the crew had become a well-oiled machine, ready to face any challenge. As the final preparations were made, Athena provided a comprehensive status report. "All systems are fully operational. Weapon and defense upgrades are complete. Crew efficiency has increased by 45%. Varen and Cole stood on the bridge, looking out at the vastness of space. "We're ready," Varen said quietly. "Whatever comes next, we'll face it together." During one of the routine diagnostics, Athena alerted the crew to a hidden compartment within the Arcadia's core. The compartment, which had remained undetected until now, contained a series of encrypted files and blueprints marked Project Phoenix. Varen and Cole gathered their top engineers and scientists to investigate. "This could be the key to unlocking the full potential of the Arcadia," Cole speculated. Seln and Commander Reynolds worked tirelessly to decrypt the files. After several days of intense effort, they managed to access the data. The information revealed a staggering array of advanced technologies, including a prototype gravitational cannon capable of obliterating entire fleets. "This weapon could change the balance of power in the galaxy," Reynolds said, his voice filled with awe. "But it requires a massive amount of energy to operate." Athena confirmed the weapon's potential. "The gravitational cannon is a last resort weapon. Activating it will drain the ship's power core to critical levels. However, it is capable of devastating enemy forces." Varen and Cole discussed the implications. "We need to be strategic," Varen advised. "This weapon is a game changer, but it's also a huge risk. We can't afford to use it recklessly." As they continued to explore Project Phoenix's secrets, they discovered additional enhancements. Among them was an advanced cloaking device that rendered the Arcadia virtually invisible to enemy sensors. This technology, once operational, would provide a significant tactical advantage. "We need to prioritize these upgrades," Cole said. "The gravitational cannon, the cloaking device, these will give us the edge we need." The crew set to work, integrating the new technologies. Engineers labored in the depths of the Arcadia, carefully installing the components and running tests to ensure everything functioned perfectly. The process was painstaking, but the results were worth the effort. As the final piece of the cloaking device was activated, the Arcadia shimmered and vanished from sight, reappearing moments later. The test was a success. "We've done it," Seln reported, her eyes shining with pride. "The Arcadia is now equipped with the most advanced technology in the galaxy." The Arcadia, now fully operational and brimming with advanced weaponry, faced its greatest challenge yet. The Zorathians, determined to capture the Supercarrier, launched a full-scale invasion. Their fleet, vast and deadly, encircled the Arcadia, preparing for an all-out assault. Varen and Cole stood on the bridge, their faces grim. "This is it," Cole said. "We need to hold them off long enough to deploy the gravitational cannon." Varen nodded. "It's our only chance. We need to lure them into range and then hit them with everything we've got." Athena's voice cut through the tension. "Activating the gravitational cannon will require manual stabilization of the power core. The risk of overload is high." The crew exchanged worried glances. Varen stepped forward. "I'll do it. I know the systems well enough to manage the core." Cole gripped Varen's shoulder. "Are you sure? This is a one-way mission." Varen met his gaze. "I'm sure. This ship is our only hope. I'll do whatever it takes to protect it." With a heavy heart, Varen made his way to the engineering bay. As the battle raged outside, he worked quickly, overriding safety protocols and rerouting power to the core. The ship shuddered as the gravitational cannon charged, its immense energy drawing the attention of the Zorathian fleet. On the bridge, Cole coordinated the turrets, directing the Arcadia's weaponry to keep the Zorathians at bay. "Hold the line," he shouted. "Give Varen the time he needs." The Zorathians, sensing the impending danger, intensified their assault. Explosions rocked the Arcadia as enemy ships closed in, their weapons hammering at the Supercarrier's shields. In the engineering bay, Varen fought to maintain control. Sweat poured down his face as he manipulated the controls, his eyes fixed on fluctuating readouts. The core's temperature soared and alarms blared, warning of imminent overload. "Almost there," Varen muttered through gritted teeth. "Just a little longer." Finally, the core stabilized and the gravitational cannon reached full charge. Varen activated the firing sequence, knowing he had only moments to escape. As he turned to leave, a massive explosion rocked the bay, throwing him to the ground. On the bridge, Athena's voice rang out. "Gravitational cannon ready to fire." Cole gave the order. "Fire!" The Arcadia's hull vibrated as the cannon unleashed a blinding beam of energy. The Zorathian ships caught in the blast were obliterated, their remains scattered across the void. In the engineering bay, Varen lay amidst the wreckage, his vision fading. He had done it. The Arcadia was safe. With a final weary breath, he closed his eyes, knowing his sacrifice had saved them all. The Zorathian fleet was shattered, their threat neutralized. The Arcadia, though battered, had emerged victorious. On the bridge, the crew celebrated their hard-earned victory, but their joy was tempered by the cost. "Varen gave his life for this ship," Cole said, his voice solemn. "We owe him everything." The crew members bowed their heads in respect, honoring the fallen captain. Varen's sacrifice had united them, forging an unbreakable bond between humans and scrappers. Together, they vowed to uphold his legacy. Repairs began immediately. The Arcadia's crew, now more determined than ever, worked tirelessly to restore the ship to its full glory. As they toiled, they discovered new depths of their capabilities, their unity driving them forward. Seln and Commander Reynolds led the efforts, their teams repairing the damage and implementing further upgrades. The ship's medical facilities, among the most advanced in the galaxy, were used to treat the wounded, ensuring everyone received the best care possible. One day, as the repairs neared completion, Cole gathered the crew in the main hangar. "We've been through a lot," he said, addressing the assembly, "but we've emerged stronger. This ship, the UNS Arcadia, is a symbol of what we can achieve together." He paused, his gaze sweeping across the faces of his comrades. "From this day forward, we will honor Varen's sacrifice by continuing his mission. We will protect this ship, explore the stars, and build a future where humans and scrappers stand united."